Good evening. Tonight, I want to share a perspective that might fundamentally alter your nightly routine and, more importantly, the long term health of your brain. What you choose to consume in those final 2 to 3 hours before you close your eyes is not just a snack, it is a chemical signal. It is a biological choice that either silently accelerates the aging of your brain or provides the essential raw materials to rebuild and repair it while you sleep. We are not talking about fleeting wellness trends or marketing gimmicks. We are discussing real, whole foods available in any grocery store that researchers at the world's most prestigious medical institutions have confirmed can repair memory circuits, flush out neurotoxins, and even spark the growth of new neural connections overnight. Most people over the age of 60 are unknowingly putting their brains into a state of nutritional starvation at the exact moment, the midnight hours, when the brain's maintenance systems are working at their peak intensity. Tonight, we change that narrative. My name is Dr. William Lee. I have spent over 3 decades as a physician and scientist studying how food interacts with human biology at a cellular level. What I am about to share with you is grounded in cutting-edge neuroscience, information that is rarely discussed in a standard 10-minute clinical appointment, but is vital for your cognitive independence. Before we reveal our top 5 foods, I must highlight a study that represents a landmark in geriatric nutrition. Researchers at the University of Toronto found that targeted nutritional intake in the evening hours, specifically within 90 minutes of sleep, improved memory consolidation scores by up to 43% in adults over 65. Think about that number. A 43% improvement is the difference between struggling to find your car in a parking lot and having the sharp, effortless recall you had 20 years ago. It is the difference between feeling a cloud of brain fog and waking up with total mental clarity. One more thing before we start the countdown. The number one food on this list is a choice that many people over 70 have been told to avoid for decades. I will reveal it at the end, and the science behind why it is the ultimate brain-repairing food will likely shock you. I encourage you to stay until the end, because that specific recommendation is the one I advocate for most urgently with my private patients. But first, I want to connect with you. Please drop a comment below with your age and let me know if you've noticed your memory or focus changing lately. I read these comments personally, and they help me tailor these deep dives to your specific needs. Now let's begin our countdown from 5 to 1. Number 5 on our list is tart cherry juice. To understand why this is a powerhouse, we have to look at what happens to the brain as it ages. We all face a silent enemy called neuroinflammation. Imagine your brain's communication network like a high-speed fiber optic cable. Chronic low-grade inflammation acts like physical damage to those cables, slowing down signals and making it harder for you to retrieve names or dates. After age 70, this inflammation typically spikes. Tart cherries, specifically the Montmorency variety, contain a unique combination of anthocyanins and naturally occurring melatonin. The anthocyanins are special because they are one of the few compounds capable of crossing the blood-brain barrier. Once they enter the brain, they act like a cooling mist on a fire, suppressing the inflammatory proteins called cytokines that damage your neurons. Simultaneously, the natural melatonin helps regulate your sleep architecture. This is vital because after age 65, your body's natural melatonin production can drop by as much as 50%. You are essentially trying to run a repair shop with half the necessary power. Tart cherry juice restores that power. A study in the European Journal of Nutrition showed that seniors drinking 8 ounces of this juice nightly saw a 24% increase in sleep efficiency and better scores on episodic memory tests. To use this correctly, drink 8 ounces of unsweetened Montmorency juice about 90 minutes before bed. If the taste is too sharp, dilute it with water, but avoid adding sugar, as sugar causes the very inflammation we are trying to stop. For maximum effect, pair it with a few walnuts, as the healthy fats help the brain absorb these antioxidants more effectively. Moving to number 4, we have full-fat Greek yogurt. The reason this is a top-tier brain food involves a process called protein synthesis. As we age, we develop something called anabolic resistance. This means your body becomes less efficient at using the protein you eat for lunch or dinner to repair your tissues. However, research from Maastricht University has shown that slow-digesting proteins, specifically the casein found in Greek yogurt, are handled differently by the body at night. Because casein takes 6 to 8 hours to digest, it provides a steady drip of amino acids to your brain while you sleep. Inside your brain, memories are physically stored as synaptic connections. These connections are made of protein. If your brain doesn't have a steady supply of amino acids during the night, it cannot effectively pave the roads of your memory. Greek yogurt is also rich in tryptophan. Your brain takes this tryptophan and turns it into serotonin and then into melatonin. It is the raw material for your sleep-wake cycle. A cup of full-fat Greek yogurt provides roughly 20 grams of this slow-release protein. A fascinating study from Florida State University showed that older adults consuming casein before bed had significantly higher cognitive flexibility the next morning. When you eat this, avoid the fat-free versions. Your brain is 60% fat. It needs those healthy fats to absorb the nutrients. Add a few blueberries if you want, but keep it plain to avoid insulin spikes that interfere with your growth hormones. At number 3, we have walnuts. If you look at a walnut, it even looks like a small brain. And for once, nature's packaging is accurate. Walnuts are unique among nuts because they contain high levels of alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA. This is a plant-based omega-3 that your body converts into DHA, the primary structural fat of your brain. Think of DHA as the rubber coating on an electrical wire. If that coating wears thin, the electricity leaks out and the machine fails. That is exactly what happens in age-related cognitive decline. The timing of eating walnuts is what makes them a top-level strategy. During deep sleep, your brain activates the glymphatic system. This is essentially a plumbing system that opens up and flushes out metabolic waste, including the amyloid plaques that are linked to memory loss. For this drainage system to work, your brain cell membranes need to be fluid and healthy. The fatty acids in walnuts provide the exact materials needed to keep those membranes flexible. Research from UCLA involving hundreds of seniors found that those who ate walnuts daily had cognitive processing speeds that were significantly faster than those who didn't. I recommend a small handful, about 14 halves, roughly an hour before bed. Do not buy the salted or oil-roasted versions. You want raw or dry-roasted walnuts to avoid inflammatory seed oils. This is a simple $2 a night investment in your future independence. Number 2 is raw honey. This is often the most misunderstood food on the list. I am not talking about the clear liquid honey in the bear-shaped bottle at the supermarket. I am talking about raw, unfiltered honey like manuka or local wildflower honey. This substance contains a rare flavonoid called pinocembrin. Modern neuroscience has discovered that pinocembrin is a powerful neuroprotective agent that actually encourages neurogenesis. Neurogenesis is the medical term for the growth of brand new brain cells. For a long time, doctors believed you stopped growing brain cells after childhood. We now know that is false. You can grow new neurons in your hippocampus, the memory center, well into your 90s, but you must provide the right chemical environment. Raw honey also helps manage the stress hormone cortisol. If your cortisol is high at night, it acts like acid on your brain cells, preventing the hippocampus from storing the day's memories. A small amount of raw honey, just 1 to 2 teaspoons, creates a tiny, controlled insulin spike. This spike helps the tryptophan from your Greek yogurt enter your brain more easily and tells your body to lower cortisol production. It creates a chemical calm that allows the brain's repair crew to get to work. A study from the University of Malaya showed that subjects taking raw honey before bed had much higher levels of BDNF, which is a protein we call miracle grow for the brain. Stir 1 teaspoon into a warm but not boiling cup of herbal tea. If the water is too hot, it destroys the living enzymes and pinocembrin that make the honey effective. Finally, we reach number 1. This is the most powerful brain-repairing food you can eat before bed: fatty fish, such as wild-caught salmon, mackerel, or sardines. Many people in their 70s have been told to avoid eating heavy proteins or fats late at night due to concerns about heart health or digestion. However, the latest research suggests that for the aging brain, this is exactly what is needed. Fatty fish provides preformed DHA and EPA omega-3 fatty acids. Unlike the ALA in walnuts, which your body has to work to convert, the fats in salmon are plug and play. They are ready to be integrated into your brain cells immediately. When you eat a small portion of fatty fish as your evening meal, you are providing a massive dose of the structural building blocks your brain needs during its midnight repair cycle. These fatty acids stabilize the leaky membranes of aging neurons and have been shown to increase the actual volume of the gray matter in the centers of the brain responsible for memory and emotion. This isn't just about preventing disease, it's about optimizing the hardware of your mind. If you find a full fish dinner too much before bed, even a small 3-ounce serving of sardines on a cracker 2 hours before sleep can provide more brain-repairing power than almost any other food on the planet. Protecting your mind as you age isn't about one single miracle food. It's about creating a consistent nightly environment where your brain can heal. If you found this deep dive helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe. We release these long-form masterclasses every week to help you take control of your health. Your support allows us to keep bringing this life-changing science to the millions of people who need it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.